Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the archaeological exhibition entitled Kashmir, the Glory of India. And the purpose of the exhibition I am going to explain right now. While Kashmir issue has become center of attraction of the media and in the Indian political front, the vast majority of youth in India have failed to realize as to how invaluable has been the contribution of Kashmir to our culture in the past 5,000 years, and why should we strive to protect it for the India's glorious future. When Indian Science Monitor organized a survey among the school and college students to find out the awareness about the historical importance of Kashmir, it has been found that only 3% of the students understood the cultural and present historical importance of Kashmir. The reason for this lacuna, we believe that detailed curriculum about the history of Kashmir has been not added in our school curriculum. That may be the reason. Probably we are requesting the government of India and the state government to add more about the Kashmir history in the school curriculum to generate awareness about the legacy of Kashmir among our youth and also for Indian public. I have conceptualized and produced this short visual for you. Let us not forget that Kashmir has a unique distinction of possessing an unbroken historical record from ancient time to the present day and still has an impact on the Indian soil. Kashmir may not be having oil to attract the world nations, but it has been a gateway of Central India for so many ages. In other words, Kashmir occupies a strategic position covering the border of 5 important nations like USSR, China, Afghanistan, India and Pakistan. Above all, Kashmir has a huge water resources from innumerable Himalayan glaciers, which is giving perennial water supply to the North India. So we have to protect these glaciers. If we don't do that, the flowing of the water to North India may become a danger. That's why I'm telling you it's very important Kashmir must be preserved in the angle of water resources also. Dear ladies and gentlemen, are you aware of the fact that the first human being appeared in the Kashmir Valley? Yes. The skeletal remains of the earliest man in Asia, known as Ramapithecus punjabicus, were discovered in the Shivalik ranges very close to Kashmir. The date of the man, yes, nearly 1 million years ago, man appeared in Kashmir. Well-known anthropologist Dr. Kennedy of Cornell University said, I'm just quoting him, South India has taken a frontier position with respect to current research in human paleontology, skeletal biology, paleodemocracy and paleoecology. According to Professor Chopra of Punjab University, these areas must be preserved. He said, quoting him, categorically Kashmiri Mali must be protected to do further research on the evolution of the human being. Such a vulnerable place is Kashmir, so we have to protect it. Now you can ask me whether any reference to the early man in our traditional literature like Vedas or Puranas. Yes, surprisingly yes. Vedas talks about Manu, the first man created by the god. The Manu, the man, all more or less the same etymological thing. We call them Adi Purusha. And according to the Puranas, there was a very big deluge, which is known also as a great Pralaya, in which the boat of Manu got stuck near the Manasarova Sarpan, a place near Kashmir that has been identified very recently. According to Professor Munshi, the traditional and modern research in anthropological, paleontological and also the Vedic research synchronizing to show that Kashmir is the place where first human being evolved in Asia. So we have to protect this area. Thus we found that Kashmir Valley is the birthplace of early man in Asia. And what about the subsequent culture? You may ask me, the place called Barzaho in Kashmir has yielded new Stone Age culture dated to 3000 BCE, that's before current era. And you know the meaning of Barzaho means place of birth. And recently one more excavation is taking place in Kanishkapura in Kashmir, push the new Stone Age back to 4000 BCE according to Buddha Rashmi Mani, Joint Director General of Archaeological Survey of India. Again, we found that the antiquity of Kashmir goes back to 5,000 years ago. There's a continuous formation of culture. So we have to preserve Kashmir. The biodiversity of Kashmir, I want to discuss with you, is also very interesting. It has a unique form both in flora and fauna. According to the latest research, more than 4,000 species, and most of them are medicinal and aromatic plants, which are even today used in pharmaceutical and perfume industry. And I'll give you one more detail. 16% of the Indian mammals, birds, reptiles, amphibians, and butterflies are represented in the state of Jammu and Kashmir. Data show that Kashmir is very unique in biodiversity, and we have to preserve this biodiversity in the interest of the future generation. The rich biodiversity of Kashmir attracted so many scholars, especially from British. And do you know the name called Sir Joseph Dalton Hooker? He collected more than 10,000 flora and fauna from Bir Panjal, very close to Himalayan ranges, comes to Kashmir area also. And he is, above all, is a good friend of Charles Darwin, who actually formulated theory of evolution. Hooker, based on the research he has done in Kashmir Valley, offered botanical and biological inputs to Sir Charles Darwin, which seems to have been incorporated into the origin of species. The shore, Kashmir has played a key role in the formulation of this wonderful book written by Charles Darwin, Origin of Species. So we must be quite proud of that. Kashmir has played a very interesting role in that academic also. Ladies and gentlemen, when we talk about the biodiversity of Kashmir, let's not forget to talk about the Kashmir willow bat, cricket bat. They are the best in the world, high-grade Kashmir willow bat, once upon a time much sought after by the cricketers in England and West Indies. And in those days, some 30 years ago, in Kashmir, several people were growing willow exclusively to manufacture this cricket bat. That trade has been dwindled. Now, our request to the government of India and also Jammu and Kashmir to start growing the willow. Once it is done, I think they will dominate the cricket world also. It's a very good chance for the Kashmir to come up in economy too. For that, this Kashmir willow bat is very, very indispensable. Coming to the traditional history of Kashmir, who will forget Sarada Devi, the presiding deity of Kashmir, who represented language and speech. Through her disciples, the Vedic knowledge spread all over India. Even today, the most ancient mantra known as Sharada Sostram, which is being recited today all over India, start with saying Namaste Sarada Devi Kashmiri Puravasini. That means, O goddess of Sharada, in the shrine of Sarada Pida in Kashmir, I offer my salutation to you. Give me the gift of knowledge. It's so great. Those Kashmiri Pandits, they were running after the knowledge rather than the wealth. That's the reason why, if you take the Indian history, cultural history of India, Kashmir represented the knowledge. That's why the most ancient university in Kashmir, known as Brij Bihira, has been identified near Kashmir. Kashmir, the crown of India. Yes, we are going to give you a lot of checklists to prove that. Several scholars of opinion that most ancient Saivite sect originated from Kashmir. It is known as a Kashmir Saivism. And Thirumalar, most important Saivite scholar, mystic, seems to have come from Kashmir to South India to preach Kashmir Saivism. According to the tradition, Adi Shankara and Sri Ramanujacharya, both of them are visited Kashmir to acquire predestined knowledge from Sarada Devi. When you talk about Adi Shankara, many of you who have visited Kashmir must have seen Adi Shankara temple. It's called Sankaracharya temple near Kashmir. Now the question is, which is the oldest temple in Kashmir and who built it? According to Sir Alexander Cunningham, who is the first Governor General of Archaeological Survey of India, and who actually excavated very important sites like Sarnath and Sanchi. According to him, Sankaracharya temple in Kashmir is the oldest temple. He mentioned in the article an essay on Aryan order of architecture as is exhibited in the temples, published in 1848. Sir Alexander Cunningham argued that Kashmir architecture constituted a distinctive style, different and superior to the prevailing in other parts of India. There is another theory as far as the date of Shankaracharya ji visited Kashmir. When Shankaracharya visited the Saiva temple in Kashmir, it located Gobadri Hill. The tradition says that having impressed by the Sakti cult in Kashmir, Shankaracharya ji recited Saundarya Lagari, a masterpiece in Tantric tradition. After a brief stay in Kashmir, Shankaracharya ji left, but the Kashmir Pandits decided to honor him and dedicated the hill and the temple in the name of Shankaracharya. That's why even today you call those temples as a Shankaracharya temple and also the hill. According to Cunningham, the date of the temple is 400 BC, but the traditional date of Shankaracharya is earlier, sometime later, we do not know. But Kashmir represents the Saiva cult, which is very powerful, which spread all over India, for which Shankaracharya played a key role. As we said earlier, like Adi Shankara, Sri Ramanujacharya had also visited Kashmir and brought home Sri Bhashya, the holy text of Sri Vaishnavas, with the blessings of Sarada Devi, the pristine deity of Kashmir. Now the question is, why Kashmir has attracted so many spiritualists and mystics and holy people? For that we have to quote Gautama Buddha. Buddha said, the land of Kasayapa, that is Kashmir, is the best place for meditation. Wonderful, no? When you visit Kashmir again, after spending a lot of time enjoying the lakes and the Kashmir scenario, at least let us spend some time for meditation. Those time will bring us very good peace of mind also. That is one of the main reasons why we should preserve Kashmir.